What's going on, guys? Spark here. We're back, and yes, I just took a screenshot simply because I had to see the little 30 up here and make sure that I was actually recording. So I come with good news today. They have released an expansion for Magic, which I will be covering real quickly. There's 5 new decks and 10 cards for each of the deck. So, we'll go ahead and take a look at those. One other thing I wanted to go over, I don't know if they've patched it on the PC version yet, but I'm sitting here looking at my iPad updates for the Magic 2013, and there's some big changes, and changes to cards, and I don't necessarily agree with them, but whatever, we'll go ahead and go over them. So, now, Sierra Ascendant, which I will go ahead and bring up. It's in a Johnny's deck. Sierra Ascendant is this card right here. It says as long as you have at least 10 more life than your starting life total, Sierra Ascendant gets +5/+5 and has flying. Now, if you're wondering why that doesn't sound right, it's because it's not what the card says. It says as long as you have 30 or more life, Sierra Ascendant has +5/+5 and flying. They patched this for the two-headed giant so that you can't have a 6/6 flyer on turn 1. Obviously that was a problem, but again, that's how it works in real Magic. I don't know why you would make the card in the first place if you were like, oh yeah, by the way, we don't want it to be a 6-drop on turn 1 for two-headed giant. But okay, I digress. Liliana Shade, Nantuku Shade, and Nightwing Shade now have the correct power and toughness when moving from the battlefield to other zones. So I'm guessing that means that if you were to Swords to Plowshare one of them, that you would have only have gained like 1 or 2 life before, and now it's actually corrected. Abilities that cause Warren Instigator to fight other creatures now affect Warren Instigator correctly. That's good. I didn't know if there was a bug there or not, but in Planescape's game mode, descriptive text that was missing or incorrect in some languages has been fixed. I don't think that affected us. And an issue that prevents players from finding multiplayer opponents has been addressed. That's good because that really helps us with our lobby. And hopefully finding games faster and everything else. Accepting an invite while using Deck Manager now takes you to the correct multiplayer lobby instead of crashing the game, which is awesome. So hopefully those are all applied to the PC version. I'm guessing that they have been since the Sierra's avatar has been changed. But let's go ahead and look at the new decks, and we'll go ahead and put in the 10 cards that are unlocked with the promo codes. And if you don't have the promo codes, you should really check out some of my older videos because I have links to the promo code and everything else, and it's just redundant. So, Aura Servants. I'm not going to like this deck right off the bat because I don't like auras. And I'm actually not recording this very late. I'm just very rambunctious when I talk in the middle of the afternoon. That's why I'm yawning so much, so I apologize. Enchanted creature with an aura attached to it. It's +3/+3 has first strike, vigilance, and lifelink, but it has to have another aura attached to it. I don't know. Let's just go ahead. I actually can't even mess around with the decks for some reason. I guess the release was real bugged, and nobody else can. That's why all the decks are locked. I have actually purchased the stuff, but for some reason I can't screw around with it. So we'll just kind of go over the decks, look at them real quick. Hexproof, Unblockable. That's a good card to have in the aura deck. +1/+1. For each card in your hand, probably not. Geist of Saint Draft. Come on. Come on. That's a little too good to be in this. Indestructible. This was a card that was in Jace's deck, I think. Mind Control. Yay! Oh, Sovereigns. I remember Sovereigns. Please tell me that it's in here. Eldrazi Conscript? Eldrazi Conscript? Come on. No. That's so dumb. Why? Why would you give me Sovereigns and not Conscripts? Conscripts was like +8/+8. The ability that all the Eldrazi have and things like that. It was a lot of fun. I did really well at States with Bant Conscript deck. I think I got top 16. just missed top 8. It was really depressing, but you know. Sun Titan obviously is great. Probably not, but simply because you can't equip it with any of your own enchantments, so probably not. Mana Fix, Visible Stalkers. He's good. She's good, I guess. Since she obviously has boobs. Search lever from aura, put battlefield attached to him. It's not bad. Auramancers, it's not bad. Mimiamancers. They're not bad, they're not good, they're not bad though. Not bad. Those are pretty worthless. That's not bad. I mean, obviously you want to have as much hexproof as possible. Grand Arbiter Augustin IV! Yes! This was one of my favorite cards during the Momentary Blink era. I played a Momentary Blink deck and this was just stupid in it because it was just awesome. Ocular Halo. Equipped creature or enchanted creature has draw a card. Gains vigilance until end of turn. So you can attack and then draw a card. That's cool. Cast an enchantment, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Yeah, he's obviously makes the deck a little bit better. Totem Armor, obviously good. Totem Armor again. Obviously good. Mind Control, probably. You cast an enchantment, put a 4/4 White Angel, maybe. I mean, we'll have to unlock this deck and see what I can take out and what I can keep in. But right now, it doesn't look actually half bad as far as the you know, the aura mentality goes. I mean, I would if someone would have been like, hey, you want to play this aura deck? Normally, in most cases, I'm going to be like, no, because it's going to lose to everything else. But, you know, this actually has some standard protection, and it might actually have too many creatures that have hexproof. So it's just one of those things we'll have to take a look at later and see what happens. So let's go ahead and go to the next one. Spulkar Strength? Sepulchre. I have no idea how to pronounce that word. Sepulchral Strength? Okay, well, enough of me trying to pronounce words badly. Let's take a look at the deck. Rancor, obviously good. Go for the throat. Destroy target non-creature, or non-artifact creature. Probably worth it. There aren't very many of those. Pernicious Deed. Oh, if you don't know what this card does, take a moment and read it and love it. Because that's what it's meant to be done. Very good card. I'm very happy to see that back. Spirit Monger is the next card I see that we unlock. This is a deck that I play. This is, you know, a lot of you say, you know, you're really bad at black, and that's usually because I don't play black alone. I play black in a deck in a rock-ish deck. And this is a rock-ish deck. This is my style of play, and this is probably the deck that I'm going to unlock just by telling you right now how good this deck is. Consuming Vapors, amazing. Damnation. Being your upkeep, if an opponent controls 3 or more creatures, sacrifice Defense of the Heart, search the library for up to 2 creature cards and put them on the battlefield. Dralna. Mitoic Slime. And Cabal Patriarch. Again, Mana Fix. Spore Frog, prevent all damage that will be dealt this turn. He's not really good, but he'll probably get taken out. Dies, each player sacrifices a creature. He's good. Blood Artist is good. If you don't know what Blood Artist does, there he is. Dark Heart of the Wood. Sacrifice a force, you gain 3 life. Probably not going to stay in there. Ravenous Rats are good. Viridian Emissaries are good. Mana Excel is always nice. Second creature, put a +1/+1 counter on Bloodflow Connoisseur. Consume Strength. Target creature gains +2/+2 until end of turn. And another target creature gets -2/-2. Golgari Germination. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, put a 1/1 green separately creature token onto the battlefield. It's not that bad. We'll have to see. Do I need to say anything? Do I? I mean, that's good. Mind Rot's good. Another Pernicious Deed, another Troll Aesthetic. Yamivaya Elder dies. You may search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, reveal them, put them into your hand. If you do, shuffle, and you can sack him to draw a card, which is awesome. The green-black liege. At the beginning of your upkeep, put 1/1 green-black worm creature token on the battlefield. Grave Pact, whenever a creature you control dies, each other player sacks a creature. That'll be good in Plains Chase. Greater Good. Amazing! Sack a creature, draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power. Then discard 3 cards. Very awesome. Mortivore. Keep in mind that even though with cards like Mortivore you can't regenerate when you sacrifice. Sewer Nemesis. Enters the battlefield, choose a player. Power enough equals number of cards in that player's graveyard. When the chosen player casts a spell, that player puts the top card of his or her library into his or her graveyard. It's cool. Spiritmonger, if you don't know what Spiritmonger does, then you really should. He's really good. Whenever a card is put into the opponent's graveyard from anywhere, put a +1/+1 counter on him. That's not bad. He probably won't stay in the deck. He's a little high mana cost. Second creature, target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn, another gets -2/-2. That's probably not going to stay in. Death Mutation, destroy target non-black creature. It can't be regenerated. Put X while on the recycle the creature tokens on the battlefield where X is that creature's converted mana cost. Not bad, not good. Master of the Wild Hunt, another Rancor. Intimidate creatures you control have Intimidate. It's one of those situational cards. Another Liege, Diabolic Edict. Scoop Mob. Why wouldn't you want to play Scoop Mob? Lord of Extinction. He's not bad. Peleka Worm's not bad. Greater Good's not bad. Especially if you go Greater Good. You go Peleka Worm into Greater Good. And you're just like, hey, by the way, I'm going to sack this and gain 7 life. Or draw 7 cards. 8 cards. And then discard 3 cards. I mean, it's kind of like unfair deck advantage. Another Diabolic Edict. Penumbra Worm. I love Penumbra Worm. Penumbra Worm was my first foil card that I had ever bought because I bought the Apocalypse starter deck that had the Penumbra Worm in it, and I absolutely love it. I still have my Penumbra Worm to this day. If you guys have any cards that you first got or cards that have sentimental value, let me know because I enjoy that. I've got a buddy that collects Devastating Forces just because he ended up getting a few too many of them and has this like entire binder full of Devastating Forces. It's Destructive Force, one of the two. I think it's Destructive Force. But he's got on the back of his EDH deck, they're all Destructive Forces like inside the sleeves, so they're like double thick sleeves with Destructive Forces. But very cool. I'm very happy. I really want to play this deck. This will probably be one of the first ones I do. I usually try and save the decks that are really good until later because, you know, obviously people want to continue to watch my deck analysis and see what deck's coming up. So here we have the Izzet Guild Mindstorm. Active Treason. Obviously great. Cerebral Vortex. Discard, player draws 2 cards, then Cerebral Vortex deals damage to that player equal to the number of cards he or she has drawn this turn. That's really good if we have any like Howling Minds or anything in the deck, but to do 3 damage and make your opponent draw 3 cards, just does not seem good. I mean, you can do it during your turn and be like, hey, I gain 2 cards, or I draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. So, I mean, that's probably not going to stay in there. Unless, like I said, there's Howling Minds or Fonts of Mythos or something like that. Because that used to be like an old win condition in like a blue-red draw burn deck. Deals 1 damage to target creature player. You cast an instant sorcery. You may untap him. He's awesome. Really fun. Target creature deals 1 damage to target player. You draw 1 card. It's not bad as well. Jester's Cap. Target player's library for 3 cards and exile them. That player shuffles his or her library. That's really good, because I mean that helps you with your win condition. Attacks. Draw a card, then discard a card. He gets where that card's convert mana cost, plus X, plus 0. Time Warp, obviously good. Conquering Manticore. I mean, this one's going to be a fun deck to unlock as well. Draw a card, then put it +1/+1 counter on Sphinx of Magosi. Sphinx of Magosi. Got him. He's just so angry. We did something to piss him off, and he is not happy. Thunder Dragon. Yeah. Enters the battlefield, does 3 damage to each creature without flying. So you got a mana leak there. Razorfin Hunter. It's 1 damage to target creature or player. Reverberate. Thunderstrike. Probably don't want that in the deck. Volcanic Geyser deals X damage to target creature or player. Probably don't want that in the deck. It's a very bad blaze. Arc Lightning. 3 damage divided how you choose among any number of 1, 2, 3 or target creatures or players. That's awesome. It's probably worth being in the deck. Compulsive Research. Draw 3 cards and then discard 2 cards unless you discard a land. Again, it's very good. Electrolyze. 2 damage divided how you choose among any number of target creatures or players. Draw a card. Definitely worth it. Invoke the Firemind. Draw X cards or invoke the Firemind. Deals X damage to target creature or player. It's probably worth being in the deck. Schismotivate? Yeah. Schismotivate? Schimotivate? Target creature gets +4/+0 until end of turn. Another creature gets -4/-0 until end of turn. Probably not worth it. Deals damage whenever you cast an instant sorcery. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery, we Dragonauts gets +2/+0 until end of turn. The only thing I can think of when I see these things, and it's because of commercial advertising now, but I can only think of the Geico commercial with the little piggy that goes wee. Just because they're like little tiny things, and they're like just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. Lightning Elemental, probably not. Petrahydrox? Pentrahydrox. When Pentrahydrox becomes the target of a spell or ability, return it to its owner's hand. Steam Core Weird. That's weird. Weird. Enters the battlefield. If red was paid, it deals 2 damage to target creature or player. That's cool. You notice I kind of skip words as I'm reading, just because I get to the point rather than Beacon of Destruction. Yep. Gin of Wishes. Probably not. Dominus of Vitality. These are good cards. I like these ones. Beginning of your upkeep, you may gain control of target permanent until end of turn. If you do untap it, it gains haste until end of turn. So basically a free act of treason or whatever. Prophetic Bolt, 4 damage. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. Put 1 into your hand and the rest in the bottom of your library in any order. Spellbound Dragon again. Niv Mizzet, the Firemind. If you're not playing him in this deck, then you should just cut yourself, because he's Niv Mizzet. The entire deck is based around him. Living Inferno. Deals damage equal to its power divided as you choose among any number of target creatures, players. Each of those creatures deals damage equal to its power to Living Inferno. That's cool. You unlock another Living Inferno. Chrono Arc. Another Wii. Dragonauts. Another Volcanic Geyser. Breaking Point deals 6 damage to him or her. If no, One does destroy all creatures that can't be regenerated. This is a good card. It's a board wipe. You know, they either decide whether they take 6 damage to the face or not. Second island, put a 2/2 blue flying, 3/3. Second mountain, put a 3/3. Another breaking point, insurrection. Untap all creatures, you can control them until end of turn. They gain haste until end of turn. It might be a good bomb. Jwar Jwar Sphinx. It's Jwar Jwar Sphinx. You should play Jwar Jwar Sphinx just because he's Jwar Jwar Sphinx. If you've never heard him called that before, then you probably haven't played Magic. But Jwar Jwar Sphinx, everybody. This is the card that I wanted to see in Talrand's deck to make it more control-y. But Jwar Jwar Sphinx, everybody. Jwar Jwar Sphinx. Not necessarily him, but he would have made it better because then you can at least... I like the ability to look at the top card of your library and decide whether you scoop or not. It's a good ability. A lot more cards should have it. Conquering Manticore again. Evoke the Fire Mine. Puga's Mischief. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may gain, or you may exchange control of target non-land permanent you control and target non-land opponent controls with equal or lesser converted mana costs. So you can just give people Puga's Mischief and prevent one card from attacking for the rest of the game, basically, or other things like that. Arc, Lightning, Act of Treason, Volcanic Geyser again, Breaking Point, Tidings. Horde Smelter Dragon, destroy an artifact. Look at that dragon. He's just so happy. He's just like, look, I've got all of these artifacts. Ha ha ha. He's a very, very happy dragon. Okay. And Liege. You put a blue or red creature from your graveyard, or from creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Might be worth it. Might not be. Probably not. But the +1s might be worth it. So. Let's go to the next one. We got 2 more. This is the Rakdos and then the Celestia. I'm going to save the Rakdos for last. Let's look at the Celestia, because I really like the green-white token generation. Search your library for a creature card, reveal that card, and put it into your hand, and shuffle your library. Number of creatures you control. Hero. Ugh. Lockstone Hierarch. I like this deck. Marshal's Anthem. Yup. Parallel Lives. Effect would put 1 or more tokens on the battlefield. It puts twice as many instead. Ant Queen. Phyto Hydra. +1/+1. If damage would be dealt, put that many +1/+1 counters on it instead. So they block it and he gets bigger. You block it and he gets bigger. You get blocked it and he gets bigger. You block it with a 6/6 and you get 6 counters on it. Yeah. Nova Blast Worm. Attacks, destroys all other creatures. I loved him. And Living Hive. Deals combat damage to a player. Put that many +1/+1, or put that many 1/1 green and 6 creature tokens on the battlefield. We unlock Hero. Evangel. Good. Whitleaf Liege. Is put in the battlefield, or if an opponent makes you discard him, you put him on the battlefield instead. So that's really cool, especially in cards like the Mind Rot in the green-black deck that I was looking at, that I really liked. This video is going to be really long. Really long. Swords to Plowshares. Pride Mage destroys artifact or enchantments. Overrun. Behemoth Sledge is Lockstone Warhammer, basically. Ant Queen, Swords to Plowshares. Noblesse Worm, Parallel Lives, Lockstone Hierarch. Order Ranger. Enters the battlefield under your control. Put the +1/+1 on that creature and on Juniper Order Ranger. That's really cool. Scion again. He probably won't stay in the deck. Pollen, Bright Wings. Enchanted creature is flying. Deals damage to a player. Put a 1/1 sapling creature token. Put that many 1/1 green sapling tokens on the battlefield. It's very expensive. Biorhythm, probably not. 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 Um, Not Vine Paladin. Whenever Not Vine Paladin attacks, it gets +1/+1 till end of turn for each untapped creature you control. It's really cool because he's basically got Exalted, but he gets it from everybody. Yeah. Dauntless Escort. It's like, relax, bro, I got this. Beastmaster Ascension. Probably not good. I mean, it might be good. It's probably actually very good in this format. I'd probably play it. Good way to deal flyers. Deals 1 damage to target creature with flying. Again, a good way to deal flyers. Pale Recluse. Cycling might actually make him playable. Not Vine Paladin. Dauntless Escort again. Holy crap, there's some really good cards in here. Sack a creature, destroy target creature with flying. That's probably not that bad. There aren't that many flyers though. I don't think that'd be that big of a deal. Put a 1/1 green tap building creature token onto the battlefield. Fist of Ironwood. Enters the battlefield with put two 1/1 green tap building creature tokens on the battlefield. Which is probably playable. I think we played it in the last duels. Creature tokens you control get +1/+1 and have vigilance. That's good. Put saplings out. Not bad. Evangel again. Guildmage. Sigil's Blessing. Target creature gets +3/+3, and all other creatures you control get +1/+1. That's really good. Transluminate. Put a 1/1 white spirit creature token flying onto the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. It's not bad, not good though. Beam of Sledge again. Wayfinder. Basic land card reveal, put into your hand, shuffle your library. It might not be worth playing because it doesn't put it into play. Midnight Haunting, very good. Night Guard Patrol. Scion. Trophy Hunter. Enters the battlefield. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Probably not worth playing because he doesn't have flash. So he's not a combat trick. Overrun. Demented Grove Guardian. I used to love Demented Grove Guardian. I played him in opposition a long time ago before I was any good at Magic. But it was a lot of fun because you could just play Demented Grove Guardian with a card like Parallel Lives. So it was a lot of fun. You could stack saplings and give all of them +1/+1. There's a number somewhere, like right above like half, that you can make like 100 saplings and stack like 50 of them and have 50/50/50s. But it, like for somewhere it wears off. I think it's like 49 exactly is where it wears off. But there's a lot of math involved with the Demented Grove Guardian when you get into high numbers. Talismir Wolfblood. Other green creatures you control get +1/+1. Other white creatures you control get +1/+1. Put a legendary 2/2 white creature named Voja onto the battlefield. Which is cool. That's really fun. Kicker. I mean, you're really not going to pay that. I wouldn't even look at him. Buy Rhythm again. Very fun. Should be very fun to unlock all of these. So we got one deck left. We'll look at the Rakdos real quick. Bloodchief Ascension. At the beginning of each end step, if an opponent lost 2 or more life this turn, you put a quest counter. Whenever a card is put into the opponent's graveyard from anywhere, if it has 3 or more quest counters on it, you may have that player lose 2 life and you gain 2 life. Dragon Master Outcast. Very good. A lot of fun. Demonic Tutor. Very fun. Demigod of Revenge. Well, I know what Sick Toxic's going to be playing. I mean, right, we can stop. We don't need to look at any more of the deck. Grave Titan, Massacre Worm. Kavrak the Merciless. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, deals damage to target creature or player equal to that spell's converted mana cost. Kavrak the Merciless. Oh. Djinn of the Fire Herd, or Din of the Fire Herd. Put a 5/5 black, red and black elemental creature token onto the battlefield. Target opponent sacrifices a creature for each black creature you control and sacrifices a land for each red creature you control. Vampiric Dragon. Whenever a creature dealt damage by Vampiric Dragon this turn dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Vampiric Dragon. Deals 1 damage to target creature or player. And we'll start with Demigod. Terminate. Onyx Mage. Ashenmoor Gauger. Scavenger Drake. Whenever another creature dies, you can put +1/+1 counter on him. Vexing Devil. We'll see how much burn there is before we decide if Vexing Devil's good. Malthagor! Each opponent sacrifices a creature for each card discarded this way. Oh. Can be good and bad. Reanimate! Put target creature card from a graveyard on the battlefield under your control. You lose life equal to its convert. That card's converted mana cost. That's so good! Why? Another Bloodchief Ascension. Another Gravelik. Merciless. Avatar Slaughter. All creatures have double strike and attack each turn if able. Might not be good. Heat Shimmer. Put a token on the battlefield. Put a token that's a copy of target creature on the battlefield. That creature has the beginning of the end step. Exile is permanent. Chaos Warp. The owner of target permanent shuffles it into his or her library, then reveals the top card of his or her library. If it's a permanent card, he or she puts it onto the battlefield. It's a good way to deal with a card, I guess, without burn. But I mean, you're playing black and red. Why? Why not just kill it? Din, Bituminous Blast, Cascade. Cascade, if you don't know what it is, because I think it's the first time that it's been shown in this. Cascade is when you cast a spell, you reveal cards off the top of your library until you reveal a non-land card with converted mana cost less than this card's converted mana cost. So in this case, anything 4 or less that you reveal off the top of your library, and then you can cast that card without paying its mana cost. So what used to happen in Jund was you would Cascade with Bloodbraid Elf, which was a 4 mana cost card, and go into Lightning or Maelstrom Pulse or anything else, and it was a 3/2 card with haste. It was terrible. It was terrible. He was uncommon too, by the way. Ashenmoor Liege. When an opponent becomes a target of a spell or ability, an opponent controls that player loses 4 life. Again, that guy. Capricious Effort. Sorry. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose target non-land permanent you control, and up to 2 target non-land permanents you don't control. Destroy one of them at random. So basically a dice roll. It's a little iffy, but Vexing Devil again, Drake, Wrecking Ball, destroy target creature or land, regenerate, or reanimate, Avatar Discord, and enters the battlefield. Sacrifice it unless you discard 2 cards. That's cool. I mean, I guess you can basically play Avatar of Discord, sacrifice something big, and reanimate it. Rockslide Elemental. The creature dies, you can put a +1/+1 counter on him. First strike, he's a lot of fun. Grave Titan. Creature dies, you may gain 1 life. Cool. Target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Tap that creature. Typhoid Rats? Typhoid Rats. Death Touch, 1/1s. They're fun. I'd play them. Goblin Death Raider, Trample, 3/1. Basically kills a creature. Haste. Target black or red creature gains haste until end of turn. Spiteflame Witch. Each player loses 1 life. Terminates. Ashenmoor Gorgers. Lightning. Yeah, Lightning. Lightning. There are very few cards in Magic that I absolutely hate. Psychotog. Lightning. Just the entire Jund deck in general. This is broken. It's so good. 3 damage, and they discard 2 cards. So not only do you not lose any disadvantage, they lose life, and you have card advantage from this. Blood Cultist. Deals 1 damage to target creature. Whenever a creature dealt damage by Blood Cultist this turn dies, put a +1/+1 counter on him. Hissing Iguanar. Oh man. I need to get some caffeine in me. Dies, you may have, deal 1 damage to target creature or player. Lysolda the Blood Witch, sack a creature, deals 2 damage to target creature or player. If the sacrificed creature was red, draw a card. If the sacrificed creature was black. Pain Magnification. Whenever opponent is dealt 3 or more damage by a single source, that player discards a card. It's not bad. Blazing Spectre. The player discards a card. Player enters the battlefield. Target player discards a card. Deals damage to that player equal to that card's converted mana cost. That's fun. Single-minded Ogre enters the battlefield. Singe-minded Ogre. Yeah, his head's on fire. Enters the battlefield. Target player reveals a card at random from his or her hand. That player loses life equal to that card's converted mana cost. Probably not worth it. Destroy. Yep. Bit Blast again. Demigod of Revenge. Eferet. Deathbringer. Thoktar. I think we already looked at him, but there he is again. Defiler of Souls. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices a mono-colored creature. And Rakdos the Defiler. Wouldn't be Rakdos without Rakdos, right? Flying Trample. Attacks. Sack half of the non-demon permanents you control. Rounded up. Deals combat damage to player. That player sacrifices half of the non-demon permanents he or she controls. Rounded up. So, he kills a lot of things. Well, I think that's it for the new stuff. There are new puzzles and whatnot that I'm going to get to probably later tonight, tomorrow, or sometime when I actually have some time. Challenges, we already got the challenges. Here's the expansion. Defeat this opponent to unlock the deck. So I actually have to unlock the deck. I have to beat all of them to unlock the deck. So that'll probably be what we do next. Then the expansion Revenge, and the expansion challenges. Jitty choices? Oh man, we're gonna play with some Umezawa's Jitty, it looks like. So, if you guys enjoyed this and want me to do this for the next expansion, please let me know down below in the comments. If there's something you didn't like about the video, let me know, so that way it doesn't happen again, and we can change it. Overall though, I think the new decks are obviously worth buying. They always are. I don't know which one's the best. I think that they're very situational decks. I think the green-white's good against the black-red, which is how it should be. I feel like the green-black is going to be good against the enchantment deck. I feel like the enchantment deck is going to be good against the green-white deck. You know, I feel like they're very evenly balanced against each other. I'm probably going to play the green-black because that's probably my favorite type of deck, is the rock or a very aggressive zoo deck. But again, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys later.